Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. First of all, I'd like to wish those well, those that have been hit by this incredible hurricane that's been sweeping through Florida and is heading up towards Carolina. Many lives probably lost, and a lot of homes. Sending you all my best wishes, and I hope that everything is fixed. People, catastrophes such as these do tend to bring even people who are at odds with each other together. It's all about survival. Okay, so let's put differences aside and everyone work all together to fix the problem, because there is a huge catastrophe that is going on there, and obviously my best wishes going out to Pakistan as well, as they've had major flooding. Yes, and in the US, major flooding, lots of the speed of the winds there, 155 miles per hour. It's just crazy and uncanny. So of course this is a finger of God. We are in eclipse season, my dear friends. Let's just hope that there is less loss of life. Now other things can be rebuilt. Homes, cars, they can be rebuilt, and the insurance company is obviously going to have a big job on their hands. Coming together, working together, that's what Spirit is saying right now. That whatever's been going on, dear friends, with the Saturn-Uranus square, and the moon has just been passing through Scorpio. Now, remember that the next time the moon comes around, to Scorpio, it will be a new moon, solar eclipse in Scorpio. 8 of Swords, feeling trapped, feeling bound, not having all the information. I just hope that there are, that those that are looking for survivors, that they're able to get there quick enough. I know that, those who are helping out, they're doing their best. Let's just pray for those out there that are in life-threatening situations. Dear God, dear Spirit, what is the message today? Really, I mean, this is really tragic what's going on there. Help the people, dear Spirit, help the people. Remember that God never wants to punish, but things happen for particular reasons. We don't know what they are. Maybe it's what we're needing to do is focus on not materialistic things, but more so about the miracle of life. And dear friends, this new moon that we had recently in Libra, it was a really difficult configuration with which involved the new moon and obviously the Saturn-Uranus square, which is called the finger of God, Thor's hammer. Very karmic, very difficult aspect, which has shown up obviously with what's going on in the world. Times are uneasy, very uneasy. There is a lot of danger for worst case scenario. Let's just pray that things turn around swiftly, because remember, with where energies are concerned, There are always helpful energies as well as challenging energies. Let's just hope that the positive and more helping energies will win over, okay, those dark forces. All right, let's see what's going on. What are the messages today, dear Spirit? What is it that we need to know? The energies moving forward. Three of Swords, heartbreak, disappointment, the Chariot, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and Judgment. A moment of crisis, obviously, but you know, Judgment is a resurrection. It is help coming through from Spirit. So where our forward momentum is concerned, the Chariot is all about, of course, the Chariot is the moon, right? It's Cancer. Cancer is the home. It's our living arrangements, environment. There's obviously been some sort of disappointment. The ability to move forward is difficult. We've got 777. 3 sevens are 21. It's like we're sort of at the end of the storm, let's say, the tail end of the storm, on a cosmic level, on a personal level, collectively. We do have a feeling of lack. Some people may have also lost faith, lost money. Financial situations are not easy. There's been some sort of a disappointment pertaining to the ability to move forward. Remember that I'm not reading reversals, so feels like there's stuck energies. The ability to move towards freedom, freedom or change or a new home or just overcome any obstacles. It can relate to difficulties in making choices as well. We know that with a Chariot, someone is wanting to move towards their wish fulfillment, but there's a sense of lack, or I've lost my belief. I don't see it in practical matters that this is viable, what I'm wanting to do, where I'm wanting to move to. But Spirit is saying that we go from the 5 to the 7. There's also another 7 here, 7 of Wands, that we've got the position of power. It's up to us to understand that it's up to us to make those changes. So we're looking at what we've been invested in. Look at the 3 sevens here. They form a triangle. A triangle in astrology would be more like a trine. So a grand trine, which means this is the hand of God, the hand of Spirit. That's saying that we're turning a difficult corner. But 7 is also Spirit, remember. Even though there's conflict and there's difficult turns of events that are going on now, we need to keep putting in the effort for change, right? We are turning a corner here. 3 sevens. Sevens are like a quarter cycle of Saturn. And you know, Saturn can speak to timing, can speak to karma as well. But we've got Judgment here. So there is, after a death, there is a resurrection. So it's like we're coming to the end of challenges where there will be help coming from divine source, from God, from Spirit. Remember that Archangel Michael is a protector. He does protect. So there's going to be a critical moment where there will be an important choice that needs to be made. Obviously, there's a dilemma to stay or to go. To continue in a lack of growth or to move on, where there's been no movement here. There's been, remember, this is a card of Pluto, and Pluto is very powerful. It can be very controlling. Pluto can speak to the plethora, the people. Pluto can speak to riches as well. But there's going to be some sort of karmic situation that's going to come through. And of course, it's called Judgment, right? this is like the hand of God, which is saying, okay, there is going to be a moment of crisis here, but there is divine help. Do you believe in that? Because remember, the Five of Pentacles many times speaks to our beliefs. It does show a church in the background. So let's not lose faith that chances will come through, aid comes through. We see that in the flag on the Archangel Michael here. This is help coming to those who are in need. And there is a resurrection here as long as a death process comes to an end. A death process obviously means that something has ended. There's no point in staying in something that has needed to leave your life. Thinking of death and Pluto, it's Scorpio, and as I said, we're already in those energies of the fixed signs, because the eclipses are right ahead. And obviously, Scorpio is where the South Node is, so it's going to be uncomfortable for all of us. But we haven't been comfortable and happy anyway. So it's time for change. I mean, this could speak to physical travel, traveling to a new place, a new home. Even though it's not easy, you need to follow and trust and believe that Spirit has put you in a place of feeling lack so that you can make the changes that are necessary. Fives and sevens are never easy. What's at the bottom? And we've got the King of Wands, which is, he's someone very powerful. King of Wands, Cancer, what am I saying? I don't know why I said Cancer. Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, possibly Scorpio, possibly Cancer, obviously. King of Wands is someone that is in charge. He is all about desire, passion, creation. He is a very good leader. Sometimes I do see him as Scorpio, because Scorpio is very much about depth, desire, and red. Like Scorpio individuals love the color red. It's all about that depth and that desire. What's going on in the Karma Dharma? We've got the Chariot once more, and I love to see this. And we've got the Emperor. The Emperor could be this King of Wands, of course. We could be talking about an Aries. It could be talking about just a possible... Aries is cardinal fire, so taking action. Someone is taking leadership here. So there are changes in a difficult corner that this Emperor, who could be a world leader, or could be someone that's trying to control a situation. Now we see the movement towards the Emperor, which the Emperor does speak to stability and security. Three of Pentacles. We've got a few Pentacles here, so we've got a fair bit of Earth. Earth does speak to stability, but slow movement. Practical matters as well. Now, Three of Pentacles does speak to a group effort, recognition. Oh my God. The devil is here. The devil. The devil, Capricorn. The devil can speak to anything related to work, working really hard, dealing with karma, limitations and restrictions because of rules and regulations. This can speak to obviously a love triangle. For others of you, we've got the devil, which can be a love affair. This can be related to work as well. This is the work scene, right? The devil can speak to fears. The ability to get unstuck is not easy. Someone needs to take action and leadership here. And of course, The devil can also speak to timing. There's another three of cups. What's at the bottom of the karma dharma? And we've got the devil. Oh, goodness me. The devil, Saturn, those in position of power, narcissism, stuck energies, karma, heavy karma, vicious cycles, the inability to move forward, needing to mature and to grow. We do see the door open here, which I love to see. What is the devil sitting on? We've got the death card, you see. So we've got the death of an ego. We've got the death of narcissism. This could speak to poisons and toxins with the devil. Toxicity. So I'm really, really happy to see the death card here, because the solar eclipse, which is happening on the 25th of the month of October, that new moon in Scorpio, which we're already in those energies with this physical crisis, with these physical crises that are going on in the world. It's obviously, it's got to do with the eclipses. And remember, Uranus is in Taurus. So Taurus is the land. It does involve our resources. Think of, you know, our money also. What is it that gives us that sustenance, the ability to survive? Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is our money. It's our food. It's the land that we own, the land that we plant. So it speaks to, obviously, agriculture with all these destructive weather conditions. It is adding to the inability to feel resourceful. We've seen with, you know, how inflation, has just been on the uprise with everything. The cost of living being very, very expensive. The risk of, losing one's job. Many people have lost their jobs because of the pandemic, because of this war, Ukraine and Russia, and the crisis there with NATO and with, what's going on in the world. It's just very challenging times. Remember that Pluto, the ruling planet of Scorpio, is in Capricorn, so it is transforming those that are in positions of power, as I always say, that have been misusing their power. And we've seen many leaders, being taken down off their high horse, whether it's through a loss of life or a loss of power or uprising where the people have been clashing with the governments. Saturn, right? The people, Uranus, squaring over to Saturn. This is the last leg of this clash of the titans. So this is karma. This is like revisiting the past, obviously. Those few that are wanting to hold on to the power, they've taken the power from the many, but the scales are not balanced. And we're seeing this. There's a lot of propaganda, a lot of, think of Neptune in Pisces having conjoined with Jupiter in Pisces a few months ago. Neptune, god of the seas, Jupiter expanding, making, bringing in a lot of flooding. We've seen all these things happening. And of course, Neptune and Jupiter can also speak to a poisoning of the seas. Look at the Nord Stream that has been hit, and all the poisoning of the waters, the sea life. And, you know, that speaks so strongly to Neptune and Jupiter, as Jupiter now is reversing, regressing, retrograding back, and will revisit Pisces. And that conjunction, which happened a few months ago in Pisces. So here are the results of, you know, when two planets come together and conjoin, they start off a new cycle. But then when there's retrogrades and there's planets that are passing over those points, obviously it will, you know, bring up those subjects, and we'll see the results of those conjunctions, those new cycles. But I love to see that we've got the death card here, because this will be the death of those that are misusing their power through force, through narcissism, through fear. The door is open. That is what is positive here. So in actual fact, this new moon, I feel, with the eclipse that is around the corner, will open doors and relieve those that are feeling imprisoned. Remember the card that fell through first, the Eight of Swords? This is our perception of feeling blocked and imprisoned. It's our perception. Now, it could be anything to do with information, communication, understanding. With Neptune in Pisces, there is a lot of lack of understanding, misunderstandings. Remember, Mercury's been in opposition to Jupiter. We're trying to get to the truth. Mercury's been connecting with Pluto, which gives us a lot of information that was hidden. A lot of truths will be uncovered, unsoiled. Things that were hidden deeply with the solar eclipse in Scorpio that will be conjoining with Venus. So Venus is love, money, prosperity, peace. And of course, Venus in Scorpio will speak to those big amounts of money of Scorpio. Scorpio and Taurus are money axis. Right? So we'll be seeing a lot of that. Remember that the devil does speak to those who are in power. It is Capricorn. It is the boss. It is that person that is trying to hold you down, hold you imprisoned. Okay? We've got the Three of Cups here. So in the past there was some sort of celebration or a possible light at the end of the tunnel that you're getting to what it is that you desire. But Kronos here, the devil, is saying that it's not time yet. There's still work to be done. Nine of Wands, yes. Coming to the end of the road, feeling as though we've had a lot of pressure. We've been dealing with a lot. King of Wands holds that Ten of Wands, which will bring the end, the possible end to a heavy burden. Possibly a new cycle begins. New cycle with work, a new cycle concerning desires. It's like the King of Wands holds the light in this case. We've got choices ahead of us. Here is the stairway, the staircase, which leads up to heaven. But it's all about choices. There will be opportunities to either see the truth, because there's been a lot of deception, even through mainstream media, even through a lot of emotion and what's going on with Pisces. Pisces is confusion. It can speak to unconditional love. Trust that you are connecting with spirit and receiving signs and synchronicities that are saying that you've got an opportunity to make a choice that will lead you to prosperity and to, I mean, we see fish, right? The Pisces is two fish. So there's a group effort here. It can speak to partnerships, relationships, but also we see there's actually three fish in this picture, in this illustration. But remember, fish, they are always in a school where it's like more, they're family orientated. They're amongst many. So they're more about doing things together in a group effort. And, you know, there are no boundaries. Love is unconditional here. And we can actually get lost here. We can actually get lost where we've given too much love, too much unconditionally, and we've gone overboard where someone could be taking advantage of us. But yes, there's a possible situation pertaining to abundance here. Maybe also some sort of magical situation going on here. I mean, and you know that the fish does speak to Pisces very strongly, so something quite unexpected and sudden. Oh, goodness. Okay, so we're finding out about loss, other people. This speaks to deficiency, the inability to see the truth, or there's been a possible deception. I suppose here it speaks to, depending on what choice one will make. For some, the choice will lead them to prosperity. For others, it will lead them to hardships. This could also be someone on the verge of losing their mind. The fish is sudden, it's unexpected. The mice speak to decrease, sudden loss of money, finances, because there are other people involved. This is like someone's mind, or they lose psychologically, they're not well. It's like they're very polaristic energies, very polaristic. We do have a window of opportunity here with a clover and an offer that's on the table here. But there is a risk that someone needs to take. We've got the dice. So again, the dice is 2, right? Are you, is he, is she going to take that risk? Going to gamble? Now, gamble brings up Leo. This could be Leo energy, which is confidence. Leo is all about following the heart. And remember that the devil can also speak to lucky games. Someone who has the indication of weaknesses where gambling their money away, or just taking a risk that, will this pay off? Well, with the help of spirit, it will. Let's take another couple of cards. There is the mountain. And yes, there is the mountain, which speaks to blockages, but we do have the heart here. So for many, because the heart again speaks to Leo, it will bring spring, but there is going to be an ending here. We've got the mountain, which can speak to, many times it can speak to blockages, but it can also speak to strength. So remember the mountain goat, Capricorn, yes? Having that will, that drive to get to the top of the mountain, to work through some karma, to work through those blockages. And of course this could speak to physical distance, or someone that lives close to a mountain. I mean, the mountain many times does speak to a lot of strength, needing the strength to overcome, or having the strength to overcome, having the strength to close up a major karmic cycle through taking a risk, making a choice, and following one's heart, even if it costs someone financially. There will be a window of opportunity. 22, 2, and 21. So I don't know if this is speaking about the years 2021, needing to make a choice or opportunities, and 2022. It's like we're going from 22 to 21. So revisiting last year, possibly. We've got 2024 here. I should say 24. So I don't know if this speaks to 2024. We've got a 23 here as well. So it's saying that in 2023 there can be financial loss or just still people involved here. And it's interesting that the fish adds up to a number 7. So still turning that difficult corner, working through those obstacles. So we go from a 7 to a 9 here. 7, 5, 9. Let's restart. So I don't know how this speaks to you personally. What's at the bottom of the deck? And we've got a 4. This is the home. And of course Cancer and the Chariot is the home. And we've got Cancer twice. So Cancer is very strong. Remember that Cancer is the moon. It's very motherly. Of course it can speak to the infant, the child. Someone who needs nurturing, loving, providing, security. And of course we see that there is a turn, there is a change here. Where we go from the 7, we've got a 7, a 4, that does equal 11. And we've got a 15, which equals 26. And that adds up to an 8. So 8 speaks to strength in Leo again. Let's take some messages from Spirit. Let's see what Gaia Oracle has. What's beneath the home? And we've got a divine feminine. Could be a earth sign or water sign. She's very much about the details. She's very grounded. She's holding a book, which says she could be going either through some sort of lesson, receiving some information, or she's all about communication. She writes, she speaks, she's quite intellectual. Interesting that we don't have any people here apart from the King of Wands. We did see a divine feminine energy there. Someone who's quite stable, maybe intuitive. Remember, earth and water is that divine female. This could be you or the person you are looking into. She's usually very dependable. She does remind me of the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Pentacles, which on Major Arcana would be the Empress energies. What is the message? What is the advice, dear Spirit? What is the advice? And we've got the Search, feeling lost, confused and lonely. Number 6. The days of our lives are forever changing, just like the 4 seasons of nature. Spring follows summer, then comes autumn and winter, and then the cycle starts once again. At present, you are symbolically experiencing a winter season. Life seems dreary and it feels as if everything has come to a halt. You may be feeling a sense of loneliness and confusion, and it feels like you have lost your way. I'm sure many people are feeling that way right now. Searching for answers that do not appear to come. Wanting to know why and yearning for new inspirations. When will your passion and excitement for life return? The answer to your question is soon. Without a doubt, spring always follows winter. Look at the lady on this card. Notice how she looks out to the horizon, searching and yearning, unaware that the first rays of sunlight are just beginning to glow from behind her. Very soon now the light will shine upon you and a new cycle will begin, full of new ideas, new inspirations, perhaps even a new love of some kind. All is well in my life. I give thanks for the changing seasons. In solitude, I grow stronger and wiser. My mind is clear. My heart is open. I am always on the right path. This is what we are going through, dear friends. This is what humanity is going through right now. Many are feeling lost. Many are feeling lonely, confused, confined, trapped. But we are hoping on the help of Spirit and the Divine. We do see the sun's rays in the background. She's not looking at those rays. She's looking in the opposite direction. So she maybe doesn't know that, yes, there is light at the end of the tunnel. And we are going from winter to spring on a metaphorical level, on an emotional level. So as I said, there is a lot of darkness that we're going through now. It's like we're going through the birthing canal. Remember that the eclipses on fixed signs, Taurus and Scorpio, they are challenging all of us to make the necessary changes that we need to make. The opportunities are there. We see the door is open. Let's not get stuck in the poison, because we know Scorpio is poison. It's karma, it's the past, it's darkness, it's fears. Let's get uncomfortable and move towards that North Node in Taurus, where Taurus is all about values, self-worth. So if you've been in a situation that you've been dealing with the darkness, know that it's uncomfortable, but it's pushing you to make the changes to move towards the North Node. So move towards peace, tranquility. Venus is Taurus. Okay, so the Death card does speak to poison, but it speaks to healing, metamorphosis. All our lives are going through a metamorphosis at this time, and we will come out of those shadows. We will come out of the challenges and the difficulties that we've faced for so many years now, but more potently since 2020. Okay, I want to take a message also from the angels, gods, and goddesses. Thank you, Spirit. We've got two messages. We have Angel of Diet and Nutrition and God of Conflict Resolution. Okay, lovely. Pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what is good for you. And that's not only on a physical level, but also on an emotional level. I'm going to say, pay attention to what you are intaking, even where medicines and possible toxins. If you're drinking too much, just pay attention to what you are eating and drinking. Because remember, as I said, this can speak to poisons here. Make sure that what you are eating and what you are also even watching on the news. Remember that a lot of the news can be very toxic, where they are spreading a lot of fear, a lot of propaganda as well. So make sure that what you hear, you need to research, because there's a lot of deception, toxicity and lies out there right now. I want to read the God of Conflict Resolution. You are being encouraged to walk away from a current conflict. That may be what the world leaders need to look at, to walk away from conflict and not go into conflict and into the fire. Let's read that. God of Conflict. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to walk away from a current situation which is causing conflict in your life. Understand that walking away from this situation is not a sign of weakness, but rather a sign of strength. There is nothing to prove or gain by fighting in this instance. The universe has placed this conflict in your way in order to guide you to your true path. Bless all concerned and let go. By detaching from this situation, new possibilities and opportunities open up for you. So that is, that's being the bigger person and walking away from any conflict is the right thing to do. And as it says, this is not a sign of weakness, but it's a sign of strength. So I will leave you with that, my dear friends. I don't know how they speak to you personally, but I hope that this card says that this is the hand of God and Spirit, that which will resolve any conflict on a personal and on a larger scale in the world. All right, love and light. I will talk to you all soon. Namaste and blessings to those in the area that it has been affected by this hurricane. Much love, dear friends. Ta-da.